Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to Satisfactory. This is Otaku Showboat. When we last left off, I had turned on the build for the reinforced plates and the rotors after having, and of course, tried to fix some issues with the throughput on the screws at the end, because I frankly completely forgot about that being an issue. But we ran out of solid fuel. So now that I have a few more stacks of solid fuel, we're pushing our fourth stack here. I think I may in fact have a large enough amount of biofuel, solid biofuel, to get the lights back on. Remember that the ones in the base don't actually consume as much as these. See, I ended up with 74 extras there. Time to flip the switch. Base goes back on, because the maximum amount of power that the base can draw is just under the capacity. So just keeping in mind all of that. Now I have a whole bunch of biomass that needs to be processed, and I realized, oh hey, I didn't put a box here for biomass, so now I have to go back and forth every time this chews through the biomass to keep topping it up, which is rather unfortunate. Can I like put that in the... Oh, I absolutely can. Why, thank you. That helps significantly. Just sticking the stuff in the outputs. Speaking of sticking the stuff in the outputs, there was a bit of a... It's not an issue exactly, it's just the intended behavior, I guess. The side effect of building with a splitter here, a splitter there, a splitter there. This needs to get fully backed up with 100 ingots on this line. And this one needs to get fully backed up with 100 ingots on this line before these two on the end will be able to operate perpetually. They will be able to operate perpetually, but it does need that buffer space as part of it. There are designs that use additional splitters to make sure that all 4 buildings receive equal amounts of product, or of input, I should say. It would involve having essentially one splitter that will lead off into 2 splitters for this. So it would still be, I mean, it would be 3 splitters. It's just that the way that it would work here is that there would essentially be like a splitter back here going to a splitter there that goes into there, and then a splitter there that goes into the other 2 in a tree pattern, evenly distributing between the 4. The problem, there are problems that arise when doing that specific type of splitting. Whenever you have an odd number of buildings that you're trying to split into, especially if you have a prime number of buildings that you're trying to split into, that is nearly impossible to get an even split, no matter what you do. But, as I said, doing this is exactly equivalent. It works just fine. It's just that these need to back up first before it starts running fine. There is a spin-up period where you have to think about these things. Now, if all 4 of these are operating fully, that would be 60 per minute. So I don't need to worry about the input throughput here. See, this is exactly what I want to see out of you. Until it stopped, then that's not what I wanted it to see. I need this to be a smart hub, or I need level 3, mark level 3 belts, so I don't have to do that. It's rather unfortunate, but we won't be able to do either of those until we actually build the space elevator. So huzzah, there's something there that we're gonna need to do at some point rather soon. Oh good, you're almost empty. I can dump more of you. Take that. Take that. Glorious. So what are we going to actually do today now that we have power again? Well, my thought was that I should have rotors, a few of them, meaning that it is now time to open up the secret stash. Now, I haven't looked up what these stashes contain. What I will say is that every single one of these drop pods has the exact same thing across playthroughs. Each and every unique drop pod on the map will always contain the exact same thing. And what is that exact same thing? In this case, a hard drive.
Data on the hard drive has been salvaged and can be repurposed to unlock an alternate recipe. Salvaging more hard drives will provide additional alternate recipes.
They're also going to require you to do and provide the same stuff, no matter where they... So that one that takes rotors there is one that will always take rotors, for example. Regardless of your save, that specific cargo pod is always going to take rotors, and it will give you the hard drive for it. Hard drives are researched in the MAM. They are cheesable if you are to save your game, and then you can scan the hard drive. It is a 10-minute wait no matter what, though, because your options that you get are determined the moment that you push the button to scan the hard drive. So you have to wait that 10 minutes / reload a save from before you started scanning the hard drive if you want to cheese it. I'm not going to cheese it because I don't have that kind of time. Nor do I think I would want to, even if I did. Okay. I think at this point, I should probably build that space elevator. I don't know about you. Or maybe work towards this resource sink bonus program. I don't know. The space elevator requires pretty equivalent amounts. What's the button to-do list? Yeah, there you go. I need 400 iron rods, 1,500 wires. I'm pretty sure I have those wires. The alternative thing I could do is set up on the second level production of copper wires and cables / copper stuff in general. Yeah, I think I have the wires now. I absolutely have the concrete here, and I do have the plates. It's just the rods that I think I will have to manually craft, because that is one thing I'm not currently producing in excess. Whoops. Wrong buttons. I'm like holding shift to run and I'm like, oh, tab to open the inventory. Well, shift tab opens up your Steam page. I mean, I do have this storage here, but it's useless. I have to like take it off of the belt and that's going to take forever. So I'm going to go and I'm going to grab some of my ingot stockpile and handcraft these remaining iron rods. Just come on right over here. Grab... Oh, that's the plates. I can't really convert plates to rods. That should be enough. And I will see you when I've made enough rods. Alright, I went ahead and I've made excess amounts of rods. We can now officially build the space elevator. Now, you can build this anywhere. Floor too steep. Oh, noes. Because of all of that. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. Yeah. A player is in the way. Oh, noes. I am in my own way. Yeah, so I haven't built this platform for this purpose. Because it's going to go way up, and that sort of limits how I would end up building. I would have to build literally around... I would have to build around the space elevator. I've got plenty of plates. But what if we built the space elevator and then built the base around the space elevator? With like a hole in the middle of the floor. I mean, that almost sounds like a plan to me. Let's get some plates. From over here, we have a stockpile. Now, the other thing would be that it's on the second level and not on the first level of the base, but I think that will be okay. Can't slide up an incline. Aha! Hello. Now, what orientation do I want this thing, and what exact positioning? I think there is good. Oh, so that pretty much means this whole level is just devoted to this behemoth. Yeah. So the space elevator's pretty big. Here it comes. And that is the space elevator. Huzzah. Huzzy huzzoo huzzum. We have built a space elevator. Now, we're going to need to load in smart plating. Which, wouldn't you know it, requires reinforced plates and rotors. We're gonna do that once I clear out some of these other milestones here, because I wanna get through the milestones. That is a pretty healthy amount of stuff. Take that. Take that. And that. Take that. Thanks. You're good to go. Thank you for that. Grab some plates, and I think... Actually, you know what? I think I have all I need for this milestone. Can I just, like, doink, doink, doink... Oh, we're a little short on rods. Of course we are. Of course we are. Hi. We'll make those rods and push the big red button. Okay, I've made some more rods. Hello, rods. Push a big red button. Resource Sync bonus program.
Given early access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on exoplanets bonus program. Funneling parts into the awesome resource sink, depending on their amount and complexity, will grant you coupons in the awesome store, which can be exchanged for bonus rewards. Examples of bonus content are parts, walls, factory attachments, and cosmetics. Fixit is working hard to develop additional options, which will be added to the awesome store in the future.
Uh-huh.
Go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Well, it looks like you are actually not having any issues right now. Cool. I like. Alright, rotors, hello. So that is everything I need for the final thing that we can unlock right now. Which is nice. Which is very nice. Just have to wait 4 minutes for it, but whatever. That's fine. We can wait our 4 minutes before hitting the great big red button again. And the great thing about this is that if I need to bring in more iron ore, it's just another layer on top, another stack on top, or even below. Like I don't really need to be that high, do I? Yes, I do. I would need to add layers above and like stuff to bring it up even further. But yeah, we're good. The base is growing. It is in fact growing, and of course the ma'am has at this point finished scanning the hard drive. What do we have? Okay. This is a conundrum. What do we pick here? The bolted plate recipe is the same ingredients at a different ratio. The stitched plate recipe replaces the screws for copper wires, and the bolted frame makes that recipe a bit easier, I think. I mean, it's reinforced plates plus screws on that. Let me go off to the side, be right back as I look up these options. Okay, so I've looked up the wiki articles about the reinforced plates and the bolted frames, and or the steel frames. And by the looks of it, for modular frames, the bolted frame recipe isn't that great overall. Yeah, it isn't that great overall. There are better options involving specifically the steeled recipe. There is another alternative recipe that will be better. For the plates, the reinforced plates, there is technically a better recipe that uses oil called the adhered plate recipe. However, when looking at this, even though it is technically better, I don't like that it uses oil, which is a relatively precious resource. And B, the total energy consumption is 1% different from this one. So there isn't that much of a difference. I'm going to pick the stitched iron plates here. I think that's the best option for me as our first alternative recipe. The stitched recipe for those plates. Oh boy. That took a little bit of time. That took a little bit. To the point where I'm gonna now top up all of my stuff here. Hello? Stuff? Oh, did I? Ah, you have one of those. That's what's going on. That's what's going on here. You have that. Thing is, I need it. Yeah, that's the problem, is that I actually need it. Do I have a... No, I don't even have a full... No, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have a full stack of that. Alright, well, with that out of the way, what to do next? What shall we do next? Well, the thingy has come back, so I can hit the big red button again. Let's go ahead and do a doink, 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 and hit the big red button. Ta-da!
Several buildings aimed at factory traversal can now be accessed in the build menu. Caution is recommended during use of these products.
Okay. Now we get to make these plates. Because it's only 50 of them that's needed at this phase, I'm just gonna put down the assembler, like here, with a box. Yeah. I'm just gonna put down this with could I get the thank you? That wasn't the line. Go away, you. Thanks. You are going to make smart plating. So, yeah, as it turns out, this is a very good recipe. It does use more iron plates, but it completely eliminates the screw requirement, which is just amazing. It's unfortunate that we got this recipe now, immediately after making a build for reinforced iron plates and rotors. But hey, what are you gonna do? Smart plating, go. Be free. Gib power. Let's get power pole there. Power line to there. Oh, wait. Where did that go? Hello? Oh. That went to, something else. I realized, actually, that I probably don't want to connect that. I probably don't want to connect that. Not yet. I am going to want to add another biomass thingy. Generator. We need more generation of power. The biomass burner. Although, again, once I get through this part of the game, we won't have to worry about it anymore. We'll have automated power. Isn't that going to be glorious? It's going to be absolutely glorious once we have our automated power. You take that back. Okay. Thank gosh. Capacity 160. We have enough room for another 15. Let's go. Let's get this powered up. And then it's just a waiting game for 50 of the things to get automated. Power line. You are powered, huzzah. You're eating all my poor rotors. I want my rotors. Rotors are nice. I wish it wasn't nighttime so we could actually see things going on here. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful, glorious, wonderful stuffs. So, how about that thing called the Awesome Sink and the Awesome Shop? This thing uses 30 megawatts. Great. Not gonna happen. Not anytime soon. Alright, so this will produce at a rate of how much? 2 per minute! For 2 and 2. I'm making 4 and 5. Okay. So, it's going to take 25 minutes before we have enough of these smart plates. Gonna take about 25 minutes. So what are we gonna do in the meantime? I don't know. Those are extremely basic walls. Hi, basic of basic. I think we're going to continue to expand the base. Oh yes, we are going to continue to expand. Come on, stop with all of that. I want my plates. And foundations. Concrete, excuse me. Concrete for foundations. Okay, grab all of that. Yes, thanks. And delete. No more crutch there. Yes, I will need to get copper at some point. I have to figure out what I want to do with the rest of this level. If anything, just have this level of the base be the space elevator. It says 9. There's totally 10. There we go. Yeah, I want to do that. Make that smaller so that the next level is what we can plan around. Low foundations. So that's 4. 5, 6. Excuse me. 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, and 10. Yay! Glorious zooping. We be zooping now. The only thing would be here is 2, 3, then over here 3, and then we can go 10. Maybe. I think I had an extra gap on the others. There we go. Better. And then ramps would go up here, a double wide ramp. But part of me is thinking, maybe I don't do that double wide ramp. Because we're going to run into some clearance issues, maybe. So for this level, we're going to get, like, right up close and personal with our space elevator. Right up until it says, hey, you're going to let me actually clip into it. I wanna get close, but I don't wanna clip into it. So close without clipping. So that means, because I can't go that way. You're gonna go. All right. So everything that doesn't... Yeah, so it's just these edges. Wow. Talk about a really big hole. Now, which line? I think it's this line. Need 8. Oh, looks like I missed a spot. Ta-da! Huzzah! Ah, great point would be... Does that 4 work? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. This is good usable space. Oh, really? I'm surprised it lets me have this spot without being soft clearance. So, pretty much every single level. Well, the next couple of levels are going to be like this, with these cutouts for the space elevator. It looks like there's actually a limit there. I can access the space elevator from here. Wow. Okay. Sure. And of course, as I get higher and higher, I will build wider and wider. So this is just going to be a fixture of my base. Just the base is going to be built around the space elevator. Because why the heck not? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do this thing? So let's see. How long are we now on this level? Part of me wanted each individual level to be dedicated to a very specific thing or set of things, but now that I'm thinking about it, probably not going to be the case. Four and 5. Okay. I will not have enough concrete for the next set. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Oh. Hi. Hi, space elevator. Concrete. This is why I brought you so close. Ooh, I'm out of production of biomass. I'll need to get more of that. Okay, so up here, I mean, clearly we're going 20 by 20. That was 2, 3, 4, 5. We're zoopin'. Zoopin' oopin'. Because by this height, I don't have to worry so much about stuff being in my way underneath. Oh, I actually had already brought it out exactly. Well, that's nice. I just need to be sure not to fall. Might want to get some guardrails. We be zoopin'. And that is that. Hello, stuff and things. So that is the 3rd level of the base done. Well, built. Don't even have anything besides the space elevator on the 2nd level. But yeah, I think I'm liking this, how I've done this here. We've now got some sufficient room to work with. It'll be interesting building around the space elevator. That should be an interesting challenge to build around this big thing in the middle of my work area. Pretty much in the I don't think it's the quite exact middle, but it is pretty close to it. And it goes sticking way out in the back there, and this whole center width. Oh boy. Now, of course, I'm going to be ending off the video before we build all 50 of these plates. So in the meantime, in these last minutes here, what I want to actually do, besides check we're halfway there, is start planning out, building out the copper automation. We have access to at least 2 copper mines. At least 2. So I want to get some smelting down for that copper. I'm going to just decide that the copper is going to come in somewhere over here. So sad we can't zoop these. You can hold control, though, and it gives you some amount of snapping. It lets you place it directly next to each other, but that's not what I want for the foundations. Because I want these buildings centered along the squares of the foundation. Like, why would I ever want anything else? So this will be 30-30, of course. So 4 of them can do 2 normal nodes. Belt throughput. I am making reinforced plates now, so technically Mark II belts would be on the table as an option. It's so nice that I can see very far away here. Is that a limestone node? That looks like another copper node out there. The limestone? Are we gonna get... Yeah, that's a limestone node. Cool. Apparently there's another one out there, too. And then iron. Yeah, that's not iron, so that must be copper. Another one way out there, apparently. Yeah, so that's a copper. These 2 are the closest coppers. Yep. And then a 4th way out there. Okay. Good to know. Oh, I didn't bring my wires up. That's fine. I am liking all these trees that I'm seeing way out here. Glorious, wonderful stuff to destroy. And flying crabs. And flying crabs, of course. To eliminate. Okay. What are we going to do with this stuff? Oh boy, what are we going to do with this stuff? Well, let's have a look here. We've got 120 ingots to work with. What do we want to do with it? Well, right out here, constructor the first. We have 2 things now that directly eat ingots. We have wires and we have sheets. For the moment, we will not have much of a use for sheets. So building out an absolute ton of these constructors are one of the few buildings that do actually tile quite evenly with the foundations. Wires are going to be the big thing, but do note 20 is more than 15. So even if I have like 120, 3 times 4, 30 times 4 is 120, meaning I could have a lot of these buildings I think actually we're gonna have 3 copper sheets. That's gonna be 60. Yeah, that's gonna be 60 ingots worth of production, and it will make 30 sheets. And then from there, we'll have another 60 off of 4 of these buildings. So we need 4 additional constructors. I, of course, will not have the wires for that. Great job. Let's get more wires. Cables, excuse me. I should have wires. Oh, I don't actually have that many. All right. Well then, let's go out and get some. Head on out. I do have to be very careful, by the way, without having walls or guide rails. If I fall, I do take damage. And I could very well kill myself through gravity. That will likely be the first death of the playthrough, will be, gravity assisted. Alright, I need to actually make these into cables right quick. Get some cables going. Alright, we have some cables. We have some cables. Let's head on back up. And this will be the last set of things that we do for the day today. Placing 2 additional constructors. It's actually just enough for my clearance here for my build. Actually just enough, so that should be 4 plus 4. That should be 8. Yep, 8 glorious constructors. Constructing all... so these... Wait. 3 plus 4. I think I built 1 too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I did build 1 too many. All right. Should be 7, actually. And from there, well, we have our wires, but we need to make cables as well. So that will take in 60 wires and make 30 cables. This will eventually make, 120 wires. So having just the 1 here should be fine. And I'll get some boxes off to the side as well. But with that, folks, we've reached the end of today's video. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's video where we have finally built the space elevator and are planning out the copper processing, please be sure to do all the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. If you are so inclined and able, I will be back when I am back, and I will see you all on the next one.